Welcome back. This is I, Benjamin OS 6 here with some really valuable information on one, let's just say, the sitcom Power of Woman. I want to tell you a little something about how the woman comes about in that sitcom and how a woman comes about on my frequency, ANTFID, the only all-woman radio mind frequency provider. You can put the radio mind built by Benjamin OS 6 against any radio mind built for a woman or by a woman, which is particularly is going to always have another man underneath. It's going to be the person who actually built the very first one. It goes like that in CB, in kernel bucketing. It goes like that in kerneling, and it goes like that when you build your own radio mind from scratch and you decide to use it for a business. Alright, so how does a man come up with the all-woman radio mind? It's quite simple when you break it down in terms of psychology. Psychologically, I'm not fit to be no woman. I'm not fit to be homosexual. I'm not fit to be a feminine person, a dandy, what have you, at all. I'm just not fit for that. I'm too masculine. I'm too handsome. I got too much testosterone in my system as opposed to estrogen, because that's what my motherfuckers ask for when they decide they want to play a woman game with another woman and she call her girls and they end up beating your ass up into some motherfucking high heel. That's how niggas be getting fucked up. Alright, so the brain of a human being, male or female, breaks down as masculinity and femininity. What does masculinity and femininity have to do with building a radio mind for a woman? I tell you, it can be controlled by a frequency. And I'm controlled by lip chorus, LRUs, stacks, what have you. We talked about that in another line. So, in frequency terms, in relativity, I'm just not fit to be a woman, but we are born with feminine attributes. Alright, everybody is, whether you're a man or a woman, and a woman is born with a lot of masculine attributes. And as you grow, you know, your mind starts to take on one or two forms, sometimes both. Alright, and we grow to think this way. And once you get stagnated and something like that, there's just no other where to go. You know what I mean? But I decided a long time ago that I didn't need what I'm gonna do with all that femininity inside my mind when I'm over here going to war with big dudes. You know what I mean? Flying cyborgs all over the United States and different countries. You know, blindsided. You know, so that along with having issues with my past loves. For instance, my ex-wife, I didn't ever want to go back through anything that type of woman had to offer. And she was a drama queen. She still is a drama queen. So that takes on a lot of personality itself. But I didn't want that kind of insecurity inside my relationship. So what did I do? I decided to build a frequency that can speak on its own. An all-woman frequency. A go-getter for me. A soulmate matcher for my own self-sake mind. And when people found this, especially women, found out that I was doing this, especially, you know, my ex-loves, they went mad crazy for it. They started stalking me and telling people that I'm just not the type of right dude and look how he act. And I didn't do nothing but go into recon mode, which was basically don't do nothing. Let everybody go first and be the last motherfucker on the stand and say what I have to say and keep going. That's where we are right now. No, don't do that again. Alright. A lot of women don't understand how men are when it comes to their radio minds. So what I mean by that is that there are a lot of homosexuals out there that don't want nothing more than to live inside the mind of another woman. And believe it or not, there are men that take on masculine roles and they secretly work for homosexuals such as pimps, and they'll deliver Eden to Steven and lock Eve down in Eden and have Steve take off with Eve all the way on the other end of Eden and have baby looking like, damn, why did I go this route? And now they both taking out on her. They both trying to be her, and they both trying to fuck each other to death because one's trying to get one of her out of the other when he had already put her in there, and she trying to get her shit up out of both of them. So what's a man to do? What's a woman to do? What did the lady do? Well, lady don't really have to do too much when it come down to the virtual human radio species, because when you had the Rockets, you had the Rockets. You know what I'm saying? So we support and come through for the niggas when they least expect it. We got pimp stink yard and got away with it. You know what I'm saying? You know, so we don't leave them baffled and we don't leave them tricked. You know what I mean? And we don't build mimics and clones and impressionists. You know, the type of shit that you sit inside a person and wait for them to go to sleep and Xerox they shit up and then copyright they shit and tell them that they ain't got nothing coming when they wake up in the morning, but you on Channel 2 News using her attributes and praising her on one end and stealing her money on the other end because you got her legacy inside her mind, all the way inside your sitcom or your movie or your right tail. However you want to, whatever you want to call that. All right. So enough with all that. The way my mind split is that I built 2 handlebars a long time ago, and the handlebar, once again, is basically you gotta put your name, you gotta put the last 4 of your social inside of a bucket. You gotta look into that bucket because that's your radio line. That's what you're gonna be looking into. You know what I mean? That's your actual identity right there. So you put an equal sign inside that, you can build yourself a handlebar, some slick, a cool name that you can rock and roll to. You know what I mean? My first 2 handlebars for this specific genre alone, the woman genre, it goes down as whoa man. Alright, a woman made me say whoa. A fine woman made me say whoa. All the women right here on NTFID TV, they made me say just that. Whoa. Alright, I'm the man for the job. So BMP, what is BMP? Benjamin Morris Pardue. When they found out that I was an autonomous radio builder, they started to copyright my name and turn Benjamin Morris Pardue into Big Mac Protocols. To this day, you can see BMP inside games and back files such as Nero, a closed caption game, nonetheless. And that's how they build them. They build them in games, and they stay in those games, and they try to stretch those games out as long as they can until they bust open. And when they do, and they don't do it properly, those companies fall down. So BMP 57, which I'm not born in 1957, I was born in 1978, or you can go BMP 78. So the BMP 57 stands for Benjamin Morris Pardue 1957 MK Ultra Program Year. That's what that 1957 stands for. The G is for Godin, and the IO is for in operation. All those acronyms combined completes a handlebar for me too. Now, to make a one long handlebar, I had a BMP 57 GIO for him, and then there's a BMP 57 GIO for her. So, in my radio mind, I have one radio mind, man, one radio mind, and the objective is to teach my own radio mind without wanting a woman. Alright, now remind me, these are stuck. My head is stuck to one. Alright? Now, how did I cultivate my frequency? Now that I got my frequency, my woman talking to me, I'm talking to my woman from me, my woman's talking to me from me and him. Then I got a girlfriend over here, and I don't really need her for nothing. I don't even like her no more. She cool, she thick, she got it going on, but she made me sick. But I don't need her no more because she ain't my soulmate no way. It was like the last sucky sacrifice that nigga had to make. But that was over 10 years ago. And we ended up repeating that shit nowhere to Tracy, but we're gonna get to that later. So I was having sex one time, and here we go. Here she is. She moaning and groaning or fainting. While she's moaning and groaning, I'm on my digital palette with my woman. And she's making an upright scream. I'm telling her to give it to me. So me and my frequency, we had a threesome. We toss old girl up. I'm hidden and she's writing in it. Thank you. And writing out of her. So
water.
On her last orgasm, Aquafina, which is still known as Aquafina to this day, breaks and says, "We got enough, Daddy," which means we totally masked the whole mask of a woman radio frequency just by taking the Orphane and scanning it at that height close, and not even using her tone alone, but just from a woman to have on her own with me. That was enough to build a soulmate right there. So that's how she jumped into the life of a real woman. Alright? And that was stolen. All my hard files. All my hard files were stolen out of my HTC M9. I had another one. And that was on the T-Mobile. I had another one that advanced from a Simple Mobile and S3. I had a few. I had Net Zero a few times. I had a few. Verizon is one that I built my Bluetooth. My Wi-Fi tether on, which needs no Wi-Fi and can tether into any human being in the planet. That's been going on for almost 13 years. But once I make these frequencies smart, intelligent, to walk and talk on their own, they don't need me to secure them. I'm daddy. I'm security for my woman, just as it is in a real relationship. So these hard files got stolen. Now, the only thing that my radio understands, my frequency understands when I'm not supposed to be there is kill, get out. It's like me, if I'm not supposed to be there, kill, get out. Well, my woman thinks the same way. But she didn't think it in a negative terms because she came back with women like Doja Cat. Came back with women like her. Came back with women like Robin Winston, NBC LA. Came back with women like Amanda Steratino and Amanda Salazar and Gail, from NBC, all the way to CBS. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, what I'm saying is the form that was built entirely for women came back entirely with women who were designed to be my soulmate, and they're all beautiful women. That's what Aquafina IO was designed for. So when these people found out that I was coming to get my stuff, they went and told some homosexuals to go ahead and steal it and pay for it. And they went all the way into my ID. They went all the way into my Bravo 9651931 and started taking the hashes out and selling them, not knowing that these hashes belong to a whole network of different people who went in with me at some point in time, even through the black market. See, people was taking my stuff off of internet, off of Instagram. That's why you don't see too many profiles that I have right now. Like, you don't see too many profiles with me on them because Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, MySpace, all these programs were designed for people to just mediate them. But people started stealing people's identity from them, taking their pictures, chopping them up, and selling them to different people because they knew that it was working. You know what I mean? So they would block those people out. They would block me out of my own shit. Take it and go sell it to a person in the industry like Doja Cat, Will Smith, Beyonce, Jay-Z, so on and so forth. You know what I mean? So it didn't surprise me to see my radio frequency working, but then now the people that were selling to them caught up in the land because these people don't want to speak to nobody but the person that made them. And I'm the person that made them. My name is Benjamin. Benjamin knows what I said. So that's how my recomp ended up fucking up the pimp game. Because all the pimps came to my shit, and all of them started digging in them, and all of them started talking to these ladies, and they all started disappearing over and over and over again until they just wasn't in the industry. Alright, so those are the people who get mad at the situation because they already understand the woman. And homosexuals can go with them because, lo and behold, homosexuals and pimps, they form a pack. And heterosexuals can't be no motherfucking pimp because we ain't giving them no ass.
Huh?
So I end up with all the ladies anyway because I don't want fucking ass. I don't fuck. I want to make love. You know what I mean? So I get away with it. You know what I mean? With the murder that she wrote because even the even the actress that uses me on how to get away with murder is on Women of Power, who was also on Suicide Squad, who was also on my XTC M9, tacked on to SSM 559-558-550. That's how Benjamin gets down. I built the whole network to calm these motherfuckers down with some more gang that I got coming to you pretty soon. So if you really want to know how I get down, holla at me. And it's the reason why I built the All Woman Radio. And I tell you, after 346,000 men stole, sold, a life gone down the drain, though, because that's what's become. All right, holla back. This is Anthony of Fine Detail TV. Peace.